you are undergoing a profound spiritual transformation. This period of growth is leading you to seek a deeper sense of inner peace, genuine love, and a balanced life. You've begun to realign your priorities and focus more on your emotional and spiritual well-being. In doing so, you've distanced yourself from chaos, codependency, and the patterns that once left you feeling depleted. Now, you are more in tune with your higher self, and you move with grace, strength, and clarity. The love you seek is no longer about validation or attachment, it's about mutual respect, emotional safety, and deep spiritual connection. Meanwhile, your person is becoming increasingly affected by your evolution. They feel an undeniable pull toward your gentle nature. Your calm, nurturing energy offers them something they didn't know they were missing, a safe space to feel, speak, and be understood. Being around you teaches them how to express their emotions more openly, how to communicate love not just through actions but with words, presence, and emotional vulnerability. This is not something that comes naturally to them, but your energy invites it, encourages it, and in many ways demands it. As much as they may try to deny or suppress their feelings, the connection they share with you is only intensifying. They've noticed a shift, you no longer respond to them the way you used to. Your energy is more reserved, more focused inward, and less reactive. You've set new boundaries and standards for yourself. You're not chasing, you're not proving your worth, you're simply embodying it. And this change, instead of pushing them away, draws them in even more. They find themselves missing you in a deeper, more aching way. No matter how much they attempt to block the connection or distract themselves, their thoughts and emotions return to you with greater force. This shift has led them to confront parts of themselves they've avoided for a long time. Your presence and your growth are triggering their spiritual awakening. They are being guided, by intuition, by signs, and perhaps even by divine timing, to begin doing the shadow work they've resisted for so long. This means facing their fears, insecurities, unhealed trauma, and emotional wounds. There is no turning back now. The contrast between who they were with you and who you are becoming without them is stark, and it compels them to look within. It's not just that they miss you, it's that they're beginning to understand why they couldn't meet you where you were before. To them, you now embody the energy of the Strength card, grace under pressure, emotional mastery, and an unshakable sense of self. You're no longer swayed by temporary affection or shallow words. You've become magnetic because you are whole within yourself. And they find that irresistible. Your strength doesn't make you distant, it makes you sacred in their eyes. They see you as a rare and powerful presence, unlike anyone they've ever known. The more they search for that spark elsewhere, the more they realize it doesn't exist in anyone else. You were never just another person to them, you were the one. There is no one like you. No matter who they try to connect with, no matter how much they try to fill the void, the truth is undeniable, no one compares. The spark they shared with you was unique, raw, and real. And the painful realization is setting in, running from this connection no longer offers them peace. In fact, it hurts more to avoid it than to face it. They are done hiding behind emotional walls. They are done holding back. The emotional intensity they once feared is now what they crave most. Everywhere they turn, they are reminded of you. Whether it's through music, dreams, familiar places, or fleeting moments, your presence lingers. You are the most beautiful woman in the room, not just in appearance, but in spirit. Your essence is unforgettable, etched into their memory like a song that won't stop playing. The tables have turned, and now they are the ones yearning, longing, and trying to understand what went wrong and what can still be made right. This journey is forcing them into a deep period of self-reflection and awakening. Their soul is learning hard lessons about love, vulnerability, and emotional responsibility. What once felt comfortable, emotional detachment, fear of commitment, or avoidance, now feels empty. And what once scared them, true intimacy, honesty, and spiritual connection, is now what they seek. In this silence, in this space between you, they are beginning to evolve. The love they feel for you is no longer surface level or reactive, it's deeper, more conscious, and rooted in genuine admiration. You've become both the mirror and the muse for their healing. And even if they haven't yet spoken these truths aloud, they are feeling them with increasing clarity every day. The energy between you is not gone, it has simply shifted, matured, and taken on new meaning. I know I often take things out on you, and for that, I'm truly sorry. It's not fair to you, and I recognize that. But the truth is, I've been struggling in ways that I don't always know how to express. Watching you move forward on your journey, growing emotionally, healing, deepening your self-awareness, has stirred something in me that's hard to confront. On one hand, I admire you deeply for the strength and clarity you're finding. On the other hand, it's painful for me to witness, because I feel so stuck in comparison. You seem to be moving into a new phase of life, one filled with maturity, emotional independence, and inner peace, while I feel like I'm still grappling with the basics, still weighed down by fears, attachments, and insecurities that I thought I had dealt with. It's not that I don't want to grow. I do. I believe in this journey too, and deep down I know my time will come. I will also reach a point where I can look back and understand why I had to experience these feelings, why I had to face this discomfort. But right now, in this moment, I'm overwhelmed. This is how I feel, raw, unsettled, and somewhat lost. When we talk and you speak with so much emotional strength and clarity, it brings up an unexpected sadness in me. I feel this heavy sense of inadequacy, like I'm being left behind, and I hate admitting that. Your independence is beautiful, and I love that you're becoming someone who knows their worth and stands firmly in it. But for me, it also highlights how much I still rely on you emotionally, and that contrast hurts. It's not your fault at all. If anything, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. You're growing, healing, expanding. I'm proud of you for that, truly. But in my own process, I'm still learning how to let go of the emotional dependence I have on you. I'm still figuring out how to fill my own cup instead of looking to you to do it for me. That's hard to admit, but it's the truth. I've grown attached to you, not just to your presence, but to the comfort and safety you gave me when I couldn't find it in myself. And now, as you're learning to stand alone, I'm realizing I have to do the same, even if I don't feel ready. This mix of emotions, jealousy, admiration, fear, love, it's all so confusing. I feel torn between wanting to be close to you and wanting to hide from you, because I don't want you to see these parts of me. I'm scared that if you really saw how protective and possessive I sometimes feel, you'd pull away even more. I don't want to burden you with my insecurities, so I keep my distance. But the distance doesn't really help either. It just deepens the sense of separation I already feel, not just from you, but from myself. I want to be better, for you, for me, for this connection we share, but I'm learning that healing doesn't happen all at once. It's messy, non-linear, and often isolating. I catch myself watching you, noticing how others are drawn to your energy, how freely you offer your love and affection now. And while a part of me is happy for you, another part feels left out, like I'm no longer the person you confide in or lean on. That jealousy is something I'm not proud of. It doesn't come from a place of malice, it comes from longing, from missing the closeness we once had. I miss the version of us that felt safe and familiar, even if it wasn't always healthy. And I think what's hardest is realizing that I can't go back to that. Neither of us can. We've outgrown that space, and now we're each being called to evolve in our own ways. I'm learning, slowly, that love isn't about possession. It's not about needing someone to stay in one place so you can feel secure. It's about allowing the other person to grow, even when it challenges you, even when it hurts. And that's what I'm trying to do, hold space for your growth without letting my own fears control me. But please know, this process is uncomfortable and painful. I'm still figuring out how to be okay on my own. I'm still learning how to love without holding on too tightly. I don't expect you to fix any of this for me. I know this is my inner work to do. But I needed to be honest with you, because holding it all in has been eating away at me. I may not always show it in the right way, but I care about you deeply. My actions may not reflect it perfectly, especially when I'm projecting my pain, but it all stems from how much this connection means to me. I'm trying to grow too, even if my path looks different than yours right now. I just hope you can see that underneath all the confusion and emotion, there's still love. There's still a part of me that wants to rise, to meet you where you are, not out of fear or attachment, but out of wholeness. I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. I know you've been wondering where I went and why I disappeared again without any explanation. I can only imagine how that made you feel, confused, hurt, maybe even angry. You deserve honesty, and the truth is, I've been struggling in ways that I haven't been able to fully explain, even to myself. I didn't walk away because I stopped caring or because your presence wasn't important to me. I walked away because I needed space to breathe, to quiet my thoughts, and to figure out who I am when everything feels overwhelming. I needed that distance to ease my mind and try to think clearly for once. Please know that my silence was never meant to punish or distance myself from you emotionally. In fact, you're the one person who has consistently shown me genuine care, love, and understanding. You've given me time, patience, and parts of your heart that I never had to ask for. You've loved me through my chaos, my contradictions, and my inconsistencies. That kind of love is rare, it's deep, unshakable, and real. And I never took it for granted, even if my actions sometimes made it seem like I did. You've always been the one who made me feel comfortable in my own skin, the one who made me feel seen and heard without judgment. There's a certain warmth in the way you love, like I could fall apart completely and still be safe in your arms. That's not something I've ever felt with anyone else. You gave me the courage to be vulnerable, but I didn't always know how to handle that vulnerability. I put up walls, I hid behind masks, and I tried to present myself as someone who had it all together, someone content, confident, and happy. But the truth is, that wasn't me. I've been pretending for so long, it started to feel real. I put on a brave face and smiled through the pain, but inside I've been falling apart. I felt empty and lost, like I'm stuck in a version of life that I can't escape from. Without you, that emptiness feels even deeper. There's no love like yours, and your absence only makes that more obvious to me. I lied to you, not because I wanted to hurt you or deceive you, but because I didn't want you to see me as a failure. I didn't want you to know how much I was struggling, how unhappy I really was, or how much of a mess I've become inside. I thought if I could hide my sadness, I could somehow protect you from the weight of it. I wanted to be the person you believed in, not someone who needed saving. But in doing so, I distanced myself from the one person who actually saw through it all and loved me anyway. Right now, I feel exhausted, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's as though life has been one long battle, and I'm just trying to stay standing. I feel drained, like I've been pouring from a cup that's been empty for far too long. Nothing seems to go right. Every time I try to catch my breath, something else falls apart. It's overwhelming and relentless. And in the middle of all that, I know I've let you down more times than I can count. That hurts more than I can express, because the last thing I ever wanted was to become a source of pain for someone who only ever wanted to love me. I carry a heavy burden, guilt, regret, and the fear that I may have ruined something truly beautiful because I didn't know how to be okay. I wish I could go back and do things differently. I wish I had the courage earlier to be honest about what I was feeling and what I needed. But more than anything, I wish I could give you the peace and love you gave me. I'm not writing this to ask for anything, not forgiveness, not another chance, not even understanding if it's too much to ask. I just needed to say all of this. I needed to let you know that my silence was not indifference, that my absence was not a reflection of how I feel about you. It was about me, my confusion, my pain, my need to figure myself out before I lost even more of who I am. Thank you for your patience, your love, your presence, and your kindness. Thank you for being the light in some of my darkest moments, even if I didn't have the words to say it then. You meant more to me than I ever let on, and that's something I'll always carry with me, no matter where life takes us from here.